Good morning, or afternoon, or evening, depending on where you're at. Today we're going to continue on with reading the Quran, a chronological modern English interpretation by Jason Chris Houck. Let's go. Chapter 54, Surah 15, Rock City, where the people of Thamud were said to reside. Alif Lam Ra. These are the signs of the book and a clear revelation. The unfaithful will wish they had been Muslims. Let the unfaithful eat, be joyful, and get distracted by desires of this life, for they will soon learn the truth. We never destroyed a community without warning. No nation can delay or speed up their time limit. People will say, "You who are receiving these messages are clearly insane. If you are being truthful, then why didn't you send an angel down to us?" We only send angels down to mankind in rare cases, and when we do, they are relentless to the unfaithful. Have no doubt, we have sent down the message, and we are its protectors. We sent many messengers to mankind throughout history, and every single apostle was mocked. We let faith pass through the souls of the guilty, for they never believed the messages and cling to their ancient and outdated ways of worship. If we opened a gate straight into heaven so that they could climb right in, they would say, "Our eyes are not seeing correctly. We must be bewitched." We have set the stars in the sky and made them beautiful to those who gaze up. We have guarded them from every cursed devil, and any that eavesdrop are pursued by a flame. We spread the earth out like a carpet, setting the mountains firmly, and caused all suitable things to grow upon it. We made on earth many ways of subsistence for you, and for other things outside your care. Never heard that word before, subsistence. Everything that exists we have in our unlimited supply, and we only send it down to man in allotted amounts. We controlled the fertilizing winds and then bring abundant rains from the sky. You are not in control of the waters. We cause life and death and are eternal heirs of the universe. We know who came before you and the generations to come. Your Lord will resurrect them all, for he is wise and all-knowing. We create mankind by molding potter's clay drawn from mud. Earlier, we created the genie from an intense fire. Your Lord said to the angels, "I am creating man from a potter's clay drawn from the mud. Once I have molded him and breathed my spirit into him, you shall bow down and respect him." All the angels bowed in reverence to mankind except for Iblis. God said, "Iblis, why don't you bow in respect to mankind?" Iblis replied, "I will not bow to a man that you created from clay and mud." God then cast out and cursed Iblis, a curse that would last until Judgment Day. Iblis pleaded that he be pardoned of his penalty until the resurrection begins. God granted his reprieve until the appointed time. Iblis declared to God that because he had cast Iblis into a life of evil, he would lead mankind astray in return. Then he would tempt all men to evil except those that were righteous servants of God. God replied, "The path of my righteous followers leads straight to me. You will surely not have any authority over men unless they are deviants, for hell is the promised place for them. Hell has 7 gates, and the 7 classes of sinners will enter there. Meanwhile, the righteous will reside among the gardens and fountains. They will enter there in peace and security. We will remove all bitterness from their souls, so they can be as brothers resting closely on raised couches. They shall not tire and never be asked to leave. Tell my servants that I am forgiving and merciful, and that my penalty is a painful punishment. Tell them about Abraham's guests. When the guests appeared to Abraham and said, 'Peace,' Abraham replied, 'We are afraid of you.' The guests told him not to fear, for they brought him good news of a wise son. Abraham questioned their good message, as he was an old man. They assured Abraham they spoke the truth. Abraham said, "Only those who have gone astray would despair a mercy from their Lord. Why do you messengers from God come to earth?" They replied that they had been sent for the guilty people on earth, except for the followers of Lot, who would be saved, excluding his wife, who will lag behind. Eventually, the messengers appeared to the followers of Lot. Lot declared that they were strangers to him. They replied that they arrived to end the debate about the fate of these people. "We speak the truth, so leave while there is still night left, and do not lag behind or look back on this place." We revealed by decree that the guilty would all be punished by morning. The people of the town came to see the new arrivals. Lot asked that they not disgrace him in front of the guests. "Fear God and do not shame me." The people said, "Didn't we forbid you from entertaining guests?" Lot replied, "Here are my daughters. Please take them if you must act out." But the people were just wandering blindly in their intoxication. An awful cry left them dead by sunrise. We turned that city upside down and rained fire and brimstone on them as decreed. These are signs for those willing to understand them. The city's remnants are along the main road as a sign for the faithful to see. Those who dwelled in the woods were also sinners. We brought retribution on them. Both places are on a main road for all to see. Those who dwelled in Al-Hijr also rejected the apostles. We sent them our message, but they would not listen. They hewed out their homes in the Rocky Mountains and felt secure. But a mighty blast seized them by morning, and their life's works could not save them. There was a reason we created the heavens and earth and everything in between. The hour is close at hand, so be gracious and forgiving of man. Your Lord is the all-knowing Creator. We have given you the 7 frequently used verses, which is the opening chapter, and the noble Quran. Do not be envious of these things. Do not be envious of these things we give certain people, nor grieve for them, but instead be kind to the faithful. Say to mankind, I am but a simple messenger. Just as we sent down wrath on those who made divisions in the Quran into parts, your Lord will judge them for all their deeds. Proclaim to all what you are commanded, and separate from people that are polytheists. We will defend you from those who ridicule you. Those who worship another god besides God will soon learn the truth. We know you are distressed by their comments, so celebrate loudly the praise of your Lord, and be among those who bow to him. Serve your Lord until death arrives. Chapter 55, Surah 6, the cattle or livestock. Praise be to God, the Creator of heaven and earth, who made the darkness and the light. Yet the unfaithful still hold up others as equal to God. He created you from clay and gave you limited life, its length known only to him, yet you still have doubts. He is God of the heavens and earth. He knows everything you utter in secret and in public, and knows the worth of your deeds in life. Every single sign the Lord reveals to them was ignored. Those who rejected the truth when it was revealed to them will soon learn the truth about what they mocked. Don't they see the generations before them we destroyed? We built them stronger than your current community with plentiful earth and abundant rains and that made flowing streams. Yet because of their sins, we destroyed them and created another generation. If we sent them the messages written on parchment that they could hold in their hands, the unfaithful would say, "This is just magic." They ask, "Why didn't you send an angel to us?" But if we sent them an angel, he would resolve the matter at once without more time for mankind to reflect on the issue. If we had sent our messenger as an angel, we would have him appear as a man, so he could talk to men. This would have surely made the matter even more confused than it is. Many messengers were mocked before you. but those who ridiculed were eventually overpowered by the things they mocked. Tell them to travel around the land to see what happens to those who reject our message. Ask them, who do the heavens and earth belong to? Tell them it is God, and He has the power to give mercy. He will gather you all together on the day of judgment. Those who will not be faithful have lost their own souls. Everything that exists in the day and night belongs to Him. He hears all and knows all. Ask them, shall I ask another besides God to be my protector, when He is the creator of heaven and earth and feeds everyone, but needs no nourishment? No. I was commanded to be the first to submit to God and to never be one of the polytheists. If I disobeyed my Lord, I would fear a great penalty on an important day. On that day, only God's mercy can save a soul. Salvation would be a signal triumph. If God gives you an illness, only He can remove it. He can give you happiness, for He has power over all things. He reigns supreme over all His servants and is all-knowing and wise. Ask them, what gives the most weight as a witness and testimony? God. God is the witness between us, and this Quran has been revealed to me so that I may warn you and everyone it reaches. Do you testify that there are other gods other than God? I cannot say that. There is one God, and I am not to blame for any others you associate with Him. Everyone who has received this book must recognize its truth as they recognize their own sons. Those who choose not to believe it damn their own souls. If there were anyone more sinful than someone who lies against God or rejects His revelation, is there anyone more sinful? The evildoers will never prosper. When we gather them all together, we will ask them who attributed any partners to God, and then make them present those associates. Make them present those associates. They will have no excuses and will say, God, we were never polytheists. See how they harm their own souls with their lies, a lie that will fail them in the end. Some of the people that pretend to listen to you, we gave hardened hearts and deaf ears. For even if they saw all the signs, they would not find faith. When they come to you to argue, they will say, these are just stories of ancient times. Some forbid themselves and others from the message. But they don't know they only destroyed their own souls. When they are confronted with the fire, they will beg to be sent back to earth, so they could accept the signs of their Lord, so they could be among the faithful. But they would only say it to save themselves when faced with the truth that they had been denying. They would only return to sin if they had it to do over again. They are liars. Some say that there is nothing after the lives on earth and that there won't be a resurrection. But when they stand before God, He will ask them, is this real? And they will admit it is. Then they will receive their punishment for rejecting the faith. Those who reject the existence of Judgment Day will be lost when they stand in front of God. They will grieve for not accepting it and will bear all of their burdensome misdeeds on their shoulders alone. The hereafter is the true life, while this current one is but a pastime. Do you understand? We know that their words cause you grief. It is not you they reject. These sinners reject the message of God. Apostles, before you felt rejection, but they were patient and under persecution until we aided them. No one can alter the words of God. You have already received some accounts of the previous messengers. If their rejection becomes too much for you, then you can try to find a tunnel into the earth or a ladder into the sky to retrieve a sign for them. Look, if it was God's will, He would have already made all men faithful. Be patient and do not be swayed by the ignorant. Only those who truly listen will accept the message. Don't worry about the dead, for when God raises them up, they will become faithful. They will ask, why didn't God send us a sign from above? Tell them, God has the power to send down a sign, but most of them won't understand it. Every living creature on earth is living in a community like you. We have left nothing out of the book. They will all be gathered back to God. Those who reject our signs are deaf and dumb, wandering in the dark. God can will who he likes to wander aimlessly or to move on the straight path. Ask them, answer me truthfully, if you found yourself facing the wrath of God on Judgment Day, would you call out for another God besides him? Of course not. You will call upon God to remove your sins if he chooses to. You will forget your false gods. We sent messengers before you to many communities. We afflicted the people with suffering and trials, so that they might learn to be humble. But did they become humble during our affliction? No. Instead, their hearts hardened, and Satan made their sins appealing to them. Later, when they forgot the warnings we sent them, we showered them with good things. And while they were rejoicing in their fortune, we suddenly brought them to judgment, and they fell into despair. In this way we found the last of the sinners. Praise be to God, Lord of the worlds. Ask them, if God took away your sight and hearing and hardened your hearts, is there any other God besides God that could restore you? See how we can give the revelations in many ways, but they still reject the message? Ask them, if God's punishment arrived on a schedule or all of a sudden, would anyone die besides the unjust people? We sent apostles simply to bear our good tidings and to send a warning. Those who are faithful and follow a righteous path shall have nothing to fear and will not grieve. Those who reject our revelations will find torment, for they did not change their ways. Say to them, I do not claim to have the treasures of God, or know the future, or to be an angel, but I follow what is revealed to me. Can the blind man be equal to a man with sight? Won't you reflect on this? With this Quran, warn the people that fear being brought before their Lord on Judgment Day, so that they will live righteously. There is no one that can intercede for them except for God. Do not send away those who pray to their Lord, seeking his favor at morning and evening. You won't be accountable for their actions, nor they for yours, so don't become one of the unjust by turning them away. When we have judged some people in comparison to others, they dare to say, how is it that God finds those people to be better than us? Doesn't God know who his most grateful followers are? When the faithful people who believe in our signs speak to you, say, peace be upon you. The Lord has the power of mercy, so when people commit sin out of ignorance and then get back on the straight path, he can forgive. He is most merciful. We explain our messages in detail, so that the unrighteous ways are clear. Say to them, I am forbidden to worship any gods other than God that you worship. I will not follow your ways, for if I do, then I will stray from the righteous path. Say to them, I stand on the revelations from my Lord, while you reject him. What you seek to speed up is not in my power to do. He declares what is true and is the wisest of judges. Tell them, if I had power to hasten what you seek, then the matter would have been settled already. But God knows best who is unjust. He holds the keys to unknown treasures. He knows everything about the earth and sea. No leaf may fall without his awareness. Every grain in the darkness and everything, whether fresh or withered, is clearly written in the book. He examines your soul every night and knows what you did in the day. He raises you up daily until you reach the end of your life, and then you return to him. Then he will reveal your record to you. He is supreme over all his servants, and he provides guardians to you. When death nears any of you, his angels never fail to take their soul. Then they are taken to God, their just master. He alone gives a judgment, and he is swift in his reckoning. Ask them, who will deliver you from the darkness of lands or sea? When you call out, humbled and frightened. When you are secretly saying that you will truly be grateful to him if he rescues you, tell them, "It is God that delivers you from these and other horrible situations, and yet you still associate partners to him." Say to them, "He has the power to punish you from above and below, or to confuse your people with dissension, making you violent towards each other." Notice how we explain our messages in various ways so that they are understood. Your people reject this revelation, although it is the truth. Say to them, "I am not in charge of you. Every prophecy has a set date to occur, and soon you will know of it." When you hear men mocking our revelations, stay away from them until they change the topic. If Satan causes you to forget this, then once you remember it, do not congregate with the sinners. The righteous are not accountable for the deeds of those who mock, but it is their duty to remind them that they too can be righteous. Abandon those who treat their religion as mere amusement or a joke and have been seduced by the present life. Instead, proclaim to mankind this message, that every man must pay for his misdeeds, that they will find no one can intercede on their behalf except God, and that no amount of money will be accepted. Those who have acted in ways that lead to punishment will only be able to drink boiling water in a painful hell for rejecting God. Say to them, "Shall we invoke other gods besides God, who have no power to help us or hurt us, and turn our backs after we have received guidance from God? Shall we be like the fools that devils have taken off the straight path, to wander the earth bewildered, even as his friends try to show him the righteous way?" Tell them, God's guidance is the only way, and we have been commanded to submit ourselves to the Lord of worlds. Tell them to establish regular prayers and to fear God. We shall all be returned back to God. He created the heavens and earth. On that day, when he says be, it will be so. His word is the truth. He will be the king on the day that the trumpet calls. He knows the visible and invisible. He is wise and aware of all things. Recall when Abraham said to his father Azar, "Do you worship idols as gods? Then I can see your people are obviously wrong." We had shown Abraham the kingdom of heaven and earth, so that he would be sure of his faith. When he saw a star appear at night, he said, "That is my Lord." But after it set, he said, "I don't love the setting stars." Then he saw the moon rise, and he said, "This is my Lord." But when the moon set, he said, "If my Lord had not given me guidance, I would surely be among those who have gone astray." Then he saw the sun rising and cried, "This is my Lord, for it is the greatest of all." But when the sun had set, he said, "My people, I am not responsible for your sins in associating partners with God. I have dedicated myself entirely to He who created the heavens and earth. I shall never be a polytheist." Abraham's people argued with him, and he asked, "How can you dispute me about God when He is guiding me?" I do not fear anything that you associate with God. Nothing happens without God's will. He is all-knowing. Listen to my warning. Why should I fear any beings you associate with God when you have associated them with God without His permission? Of the two of us, who should be frightened? Those who are faithful and do not contaminate their faith with sins are truly safe on the righteous path. That was the logic we gave to Abraham to correct his people. We can improve one's wisdom in stages as we see fit, for your Lord is wise and knowledgeable. We bestowed Abraham with Isaac and Jacob, and we guided all three of them. Before that, we guided Noah and his offspring, David, Solomon, Job, Joseph, Moses, and Aaron. We reward the righteous. Also righteous were Zechariah, John, and Jesus. We gave favor to Ishmael, Elisha, Jonas, and Lot. We chose them from among their fathers, brother, and offspring to be guided on the righteous path. God gives guidance to whomever He pleases from His servants. But if any of them sets upon others in association with God, then all their good works will be useless. These were the men we gave the book, authority, and prophethood. If any of their descendants reject the faith, we will entrust those powers to another faithful generation. Follow the ways of the prophets that received God's guidance. Say to men, I ask no money from you, as this is a message to all nations. They disrespect God when they say God never passed anything to man by revelation. Ask them, who revealed the book to Moses? The book was a guiding light for mankind, but you have placed the book on separate sheets, and you show what you like and conceal most parts from people. Yet through the book, you and your people were taught these things you never knew. God sent down the book. Then leave the people to their futile discussion. Blessed is the book we have revealed to you. It confirms the earlier revelations and warns the people of Mecca and outlying areas. Those who believe in the hereafter believe in this book and worship carefully. The most wicked people lie about God, or say that they have received inspiration when they have not, or say they can create the words like those that God reveals. If only they could see how these wicked men will suffer in the hereafter. The angels will reach to them, saying, Give us your souls, for this day you will receive your shameful penalty for lying about God and rejecting his signs. Men will return to us alone, just as we created them, leaving behind their worldly goods. No false gods will be there to help them, as the bonds between them will be broken, and the promises will go unkept. God causes the split in the seed grain and the date stone so that they may sprout. He brings the dead to life and the living to death. This is your God. Why do you go astray? He created night and day. He made the night for rest and solitude. He gave us the moon and sun to measure time. These are examples of the judgment and precision of the all-knowing and powerful. He made the stars so you may navigate the dark on land or at sea. We have made our revelations clear for people to recognize. He made you from a single person. He gave you a place for temporary and permanent lodging. We make our revelations detailed for those who understand. He sends down rains, and with it we produce vegetation like crops that produce grain, dates, grapes, olives, and pomegranates. Each is similar, yet differs in variety. As the vegetation bears fruit, look at it as it ripens. And these things are signs for the faithful. Some think genies equal to God, although God did create them. They are not. Some falsely attribute sons and daughters to God with no knowledge of the truth. Praise God, for he is supreme above everyone people ascribe to him. He is the original creator of heaven and earth. How can he have a son when he has no spouse? He created all things and is all-knowing. God is your Lord. There is no God but God. He created all things, so worship him as he takes care of all matters. He cannot be seen, but he sees all things. He is aware of the most subtle things. Signs have been shown to you from your Lord, so you may see the truth and better your soul. If you choose not to see, then you will only harm yourself. I am not your guardian. We explain revelations to you in various ways so that no one can say you have simply read this in the books. This also helps make the revelations clear to intelligent people. Follow the revelations inspired by your Lord, for there is no God but God. Stay clear of polytheists. If God willed it, they would not take up false gods. We did not appoint you as man's keeper, and you are not responsible for them. Do not condemn people who call upon others besides God, so that they don't spitefully insult God in their ignorance. We have made all people feel their deeds are fair. When they return to God, he will tell them the truth of their deeds. They swear to God that if they see an actual sign from God, they will believe it. So say to them, all signs are only from God. What is it that makes you not believe when you see the signs? We shall confuse their hearts and eyes for refusing to believe in the first signs, and they will wander blindly. Even if we sent them angels, made the dead speak, and brought all the signs together for them, they would not believe, unless God willed it. Most of them ignore the truths. Every prophet is provided an enemy, someone evil, to lead men astray with flowery lies and treachery. If God willed it, they could not lead them astray, so ignore them and their lies. Let those who don't believe in the hereafter be deceived and delight in the lies, for they will pay for their deeds. Say to men, why should I ask for another to judge me besides God? It was He that sent us this detailed book. They know that this book was truly sent from their Lord. Do not be among the doubtful. The words of your Lord have been realized in truth and justice. No one can change His words. He hears all and knows all. If you followed the majority of people in life, they would lead you from the righteous path. They base life on opinions and make guesses. Your Lord knows who goes astray and who follows His guidance. Eat only meats slaughtered while God's name was invoked if you are faithful. Why would you eat meats that were slaughtered without God being invoked? Halal. After He explained to you what is forbidden, except for emergency situations. Many people give in to their desires and their ignorance. Your Lord knows who sins. Stop sinning openly or in secret, for you shall receive what you earn on Judgment Day. Eating meats that weren't slaughtered while invoking God is a sin. Evil ones have caused people to dispute this. If you listen to them and eat wrongly, you will be among the polytheists. Can these two people be equal? We gave life to one and guiding light as he walks among men, and the other lives in eternal darkness that he can't escape. The unfaithful think their actions are correct or fair. We have created powerful evil men in every community to conspire, yet they don't know that they only plot against their own souls. When signs come to them from God, they say, we will only believe messages if delivered to us like God's apostles received them. God knows best who He gives His messages to and how to carry out His mission. Soon the evil ones will be humiliated and punished severely by God for their scheming. God wills the faithful to the righteous path and wills whom He likes to go astray. God will heap punishment on the unfaithful. This is the righteous path of your Lord. We have explained the revelations clearly for those who are faithful. They will have a peaceful home with their Lord. He will protect them for their righteousness. On the day when He gathers everyone together, God will describe to the genies how many humans they seduced. The human followers of the genies will say, Lord, we benefited from each other, but now our time is up. God will tell them, you will stay forever in the fire unless I remove you. Your Lord is wise and knowledgeable. We let some sinners influence others because of what they earn. Men and genies, didn't messengers come to you delivering our signs and warning you of this day? They will reply, we are testifying against ourselves. The earthly life seduced them, so they shall testify against themselves that they did not believe. Your Lord does not destroy communities that are ignorant of their sins without first sending a messenger. God knows everything that man does, and there will be a degree of judgment for their deeds. Your Lord is supreme and merciful. If He wills it, He could destroy you and replace you with others, just as He raised you from the seed of other people. All these promises will occur, and you cannot avoid them. Say to them, people, strive with all your might, just as I am striving. Soon we will all know who will have a better hereafter. Know that the sinner will not prosper. Polytheists claim to assign shares of their crops and cattle to God and other shares to the partners they ascribe to God. But the portions assigned for the ascribed partners don't go to God, and the portions assigned to God go to the partners. This is an evil assignment of portions. The so-called partners of God have made killing their children seem correct in order to ruin their community and make their religion confusing. If God willed it, they would not have done so. Leave these people alone to their folly. Some have said that certain cattle and crops are forbidden and that no one should eat them unless they are told to. Some say that certain cattle are not allowed to be yoked or carry a load, and that you can't invoke God's name over some cattle during slaughter. These are lies against God, and they will be punished for them. Some say that what is in the womb of a cow is reserved for the men and not the women. But if it is stillborn, then both can eat it. These lies against God will be punished, for he is wise and knowledgeable. The people who foolishly kill their children out of ignorance and forbid foods that God has provided are lost. They lie against God. They have gone astray and are not following his guidance. Men who produce gardens with vines and dates, olives and pomegranates, should eat fruit in its season, but pay your dues on the harvest date and don't be wasteful. God despises the wasteful. Some cows were created for burden and others for meat. Eat what God has provided you, and don't follow the path of Satan, for he is your enemy. Ask of men, given 8 head of livestock in pairs, 2 of sheep and 2 of goats, has God forbidden 2 males or 2 females, or what is in the wombs of the females? If you are honest, explain this to me with your knowledge. Ask of men, given a pair of camels and a pair of oxen, has God forbidden the 2 males, 2 females, or the animals in the wombs of the females? Were you there when God ordered this? Who can be more wrong than to lie against God and lead men astray when they have no knowledge of such things? God does not guide the unjust. Say to mankind, the only revelations about forbidden foods sent to me are as follows: meat from animals found dead, bloody meat, the flesh of swine, or animals slaughtered while invoking someone other than God. In an emergency, if a man must eat of these animals for survival, God is most merciful. For the Jewish people, every animal with an undivided hoof is forbidden, and also the fat of the ox and sheep unless it is attached to their backs, in the entrails, or attached to the bone. This is a punishment for their disobedience. We speak the truth. If they lie to you, say to them, your Lord is merciful, but he never withholds punishment from the guilty. When the polytheists say, if God willed it, we would not have given partners to God, nor would our fathers have done so, nor would we have made anything forbidden. Remember, their ancestors argued against the revelations until we brought our wrath. Ask of them, do you have any revelations to share with us? If so, produce it now. You're following nothing but opinions and continue to guess. Say to them, God has the final word, and if he had willed it, he could have been a guide to you all. Say to them, if you have witnesses that can prove God forbade certain things, bring them to us. If they bring out any such witnesses, then do not testify with them. Don't follow the requests of people who deny our revelation. Do not believe in the hereafter, or worship others. Don't follow the requests of people who deny our revelation, do not believe in the hereafter, or worship others as an equal to God. Say to them, listen, and I will list what God has forbidden. Do not equate anything as equal to God. Treat your parents well. Do not kill your children because you fear poverty, for we will provide you with sustenance. Do not act vulgar in private or public. Do not kill a soul that God has made sacred, unless it's in the name of justice within the law. These are God's commands, so now you are informed. Do not touch an orphan's wealth unless you increase it before he becomes mature. Fairly give full measure and weight. We place no burden on any soul unless they can bear it. Whenever you speak, speak the truth, even if it's about a close relative. Fulfill your promises with God. He commands this, so be careful. This is my God's straight path. This is my straight path, so follow it and do not stray. Other paths will lead you away from His way. He commands this so you may be righteous. We gave Moses the book in reward for being righteous, and it explained all things in detail. It was a guide and mercy for those that might believe in the hereafter. We now reveal this book as a blessing. Follow its path and be righteous so that you may receive mercy. Some may say, this book was revealed to two communities before us, and we somehow did not know what it said. Or some may say, if the book has been revealed to us, we would have followed it more closely than they did. Remember that clear signs from your Lord, a guide and a mercy, have already been sent. So who is more wrong than someone that rejects God's signs and ignores them? Soon, those who turn away from the revelations will meet a dreadful punishment. It's as if they're waiting for an angel to come to them or for the Lord Himself to appear or send them a certain sign. On the day that certain signs appear from God, it will be too late for those who did not have faith before or earn reward from good deeds. Tell them, you must wait, and we are waiting too. Do not bother with those people that break up their religion into sects. Their issues are with God, and God will tell them the truth about what they have done. Those who do good deeds shall be rewarded 10 for 1. Those who commit sins will be rewarded in an equal amount. Everyone will be dealt with justly. Say to them, my Lord guides me on the straight path, and the same righteous path that Abraham walked. He was righteous and was not a polytheist. Say to them, my worship and sacrifice, my living and my dying are all done for God, the Lord of the worlds. God has no partner. Of this I was commanded, and I am the first person to submit to His will. Say to them, why should I seek any Lord besides God, for He is the Lord of all things. Everyone's soul earns its own reward or punishment. No one may bear another's burden. When you return to God, He will explain where you went wrong. He made you the successors of earth. He made some of you rank above others, so that He may test you about the gifts He gave you. The Lord is swift in punishment, but He is forgiving and merciful.